Good evening, guys. Welcome back to my channel. You're on Binge the Republic South Africa, and I'd like to first off thank every single one of you guys that's been supporting me in my journey, and of course that's been liking and subscribing to my channel, and for all the comments, good and bad. I welcome it all. So thank you guys for continuing to come back, and of course you know why you're here. You clicked on the thumbnail, and we're here to really discuss the Springboks team against Romania that will be facing Romania in Bordeaux on Sunday at 3 o'clock. And of course there's a bit of an elephant in the room that I think we need to address right about now, and that's of course we all asked the question when the initial 33-man squad was selected. We all said, you know what, why are we taking 4 scrum halves? Okay, we don't understand why is there 4 scrum halves in the team. We maybe need another hooker, or we need maybe this, or we need maybe that, maybe another fly half option, well folks, Razi and Ninaber, they decided, hey, we're answering your question on this game. All right, we've got 4 scrum halves in one match day 23, so it's mental. But let's go through the team selections and we take it from there. Right, so your front row starting: Oxenchair, Bongi Mbonambi, and Vincent Koch. So Oxenchair, one of my favorite scrummages. We know he's quite short. I think he's about 1.73 or 1.74 meters tall, but wide as he is tall and strong as an ox, as the name suggests. So really good to see him there. Bongi Mbonambi, of course, tried and trusted hooker for us for many years, captaining the side on Sunday. So really good to see him there as well. He did actually a pretty good job the last time he was standing in as captain. So yeah, I think he'll do a great job communicating with the ref as well, and being in that front row, always being by the ref in the scrums anyway. So I think he can build that rapport. So good for him. Vincent Koch, of course, we know has been in and out the Springbok selections for many years. So really good to have him there as well as another scrummager. So yeah, our locking duo would be John Klein and Marvin Ori. So of course everybody knows that John Klein, coming from the actual Irish team previously, but being South African born, was managing to be able to pull over to play for the Springboks, and he's been a revelation. He's really been playing everybody's socks off. So I think he's going to make quite a big difference, especially in that lineout as well. And I guess that Marvin Ori would really act as that driving maul facilitator, as he sometimes does, and I think he's also going to be quite instrumental in the team, and I think they can be very physical. Marvin Ori, of course, as I always say, is not a very flashy player, but he does what he's supposed to do. He does what he's told, and he does it pretty damn well. Then on our back rowers, I would say, your back rowers: Marco van Staden, Kwagga Smith, and Dwayne Vermeulen. So Marco van Staden, of course, very hard runner, very good player, has been standing in when Sia has also been injured and or on the way back to recovery, and he's actually done quite a good job in that position. So for me, very good to see him back in that number 6 jersey. Kwagga Smith, of course, we all know that we wanted to see him start at one point or another. He's so explosive when he comes off the bench, but I think he's going to be quite a nuisance on that loose ball against Romania, and I think they're going to find that this man, you just can't contain him. So yeah. Then, of course, as I mentioned, Dwayne Vermeulen came off the bench last week, played everybody's socks off. Very good hard runner, nuisance around the loose ball as well, and of course, just explosive in everything he does. So, really glad to see Dwayne Vermeulen there. Then let's move on to our backs, our 9 and 10 combo: Kobus Reinach and Damian Willemse. Of course, we've been playing around with Damian Willemse at number 10 jersey. He actually is quite a good attacking fly half. We had a little bit of a niggle with him in the past because his kicking boots was also not that great at some stage. But of course, as a player in itself, very good on that fly-off position. My favorite position though for him is the number 15 jersey, because as soon as he gets a little bit, like just a half a second or second more on that ball, man, can that guy really make some good decisions. So, but Damien, good attacking fly-off, really, you know, as everybody says, you know, one of the best players in the world, can really slot into your number 10 jersey, your center jersey, your wing jersey, your fullback jersey. So really he's an all-round player, so very good on him. And then of course Kobus Reinach, we all know, was one of the fastest number 9s in I believe probably the world, but I know definitely for sure in South Africa, one of the fastest, really good player. Also knows how to score a try. He's found himself you know, behind that try line quite often, so very good to see him there as well. He's quite historically dependable, especially on the previous World Cups as well. We called on him on numerous occasions, and he did very, very, very well. Our 11 jersey goes to Makazole Mapimpi. Of course, Makazole Mapimpi is no slouch, and everybody knows him by now. Really good player, good wing, try scoring machine. I believe he scored like 6 tries in the previous World Cup, if I'm not mistaken. It was 6 or 7, but I think it was 6 if I recall. And really good player. Even if we look back, I think it was the New Zealand game that he played against them, that he was selected against the ABs in, I think it was Twickenham, yeah. And man, he really made a nuisance of himself. It could have been that game, could have actually been the Wales game, but I don't recall now. But I know that he really stood up to me in one of those games as a very, very strong player, very good defensively, good under the high ball, really good player. Then of course one of my favorites back in the squad, number 12, Andre Esterhuizen. I'm so glad to see this man on that team. Man, he's just like, a couple of years ago wasn't one of my favorites, right? But that's just because I think maybe his form at that stage was not to the degree where I believe that it was on par with what other options we had at that stage. But gave him a couple of more years, and really he's grown so much in stature, such an aggressive ball carrier, really gets you over that advantage line, and really knows how to break the line as well. So very good to see him there. He's also pretty quick on his feet, so glad to see him. And then of course the revelation, I think some people might call him a prodigy, Kainan Moodie, really fantastic player, just annihilated the New Zealand team with his gameplay. And even when he was playing on the previous game on his wing, just this guy just can't do anything wrong at the moment. So very good to see him there. Glad to see him in a center pairing with Andre Esterhuizen. I think that is really the position that he was meant to play based on his last performance. And then of course him and Andre Esterhuizen, just they feed off each other so perfectly. So I'm very happy to see them as a combo in that team. And then of course the man with the pace, the man that nobody can stop talking about after last week's game against Scotland, on for 5 minutes and almost caused a try, Grant Williams on the other wing. So that means now we've got already 2 of those scrum halves in the starting 15 of the 4. So Grant Williams, look, I mean, I think he was just very bad. He had some very, very bad luck. He was selected for the one game, got knocked out in like 10 seconds and never got an opportunity really to start again. Coming off the bench, he really puts a hell of a lot of pace into that team, and I think at 14 he might excel there as well. Look, I still think he would be best suited for that number 9 jersey, but I mean, that's just my opinion, and I'm of course only a fan, so I don't know, I don't see how he trains and how everything works in that type of game plan that the coaches have. So of course I can only go on what I believe, and but Grant Williams, really fast guy. If I recall correctly, I watched this one video where the guys were like, the fastest guy in the team is Grant Williams. So, and we do have some flipping fast people. So imagine him on the wing. That's going to be fantastic as well. And it's good to also rest a couple of our wings, so which is nice to have that caliber of player on the for selection. And then of course on number 15, Willie Leroux. Last couple of games, of course, the first choice went to Damian Willemse at fullback, but we all know Willie Leroux and what he's done over the last couple of years. Obviously, before the previous World Cup, he had a bit of a bad slump, as I would call it, probably. Based on those injuries that he had on his shoulders and all that type of stuff, and but at the World Cup he really came into his own, and then from there he just grew into this colossal, like anybody that goes into his boots one day, just like they've got such a lot of work to do. So really such a good player. He really makes the right decisions. He knows how to get that offload at the right time to get the wings going, or the centers going, and he just slots in so wonderfully with that back line, and he's really a visionary when he plays as well. So when I saw that Siya Kolisi called him one of their generals that's really bossing the team around to show them where they need to go, and that Willie Leroux is that guy, I mean, that speaks volumes, because I rate Siya Kolisi's opinion, of course, of his players pretty well. He is in fact one of my favorite Springbok players ever. So, and of course I was also a Stormers supporter years ago, and when he was still playing there, and really I enjoyed that gameplay that he did. So yeah, I really enjoy Siya and his thought patterns and things. So Willie Leroux, yeah, as I said, will round out that starting 15. Of course, our replacements, Deon Fourie would be a hooker replacement. Of course, we had a bit of an injury scare with Malcolm Marx, so I hope nothing serious. I hope it's like a thing that you can turn around from in like 7 days. We would really need him to be in that squad for that Ireland game. So best of luck to you, Malcolm. We really wish you the best of luck to recover quickly. And of course, Etzebeth, we hope you're also recovering quite strong. We need you, man. We need you to be that colossal force on the field. So, but anyways, Deon Fourie is doing that. Of course, I love Deon Fourie. He's like one of my favorite people. Good player. Really puts his body on the line and puts his face on the line as well. So really good to see him there. I would have liked for him to start, to be honest, not really as a replacement, but I guess with Malcolm Marx's issue and Bongi now starting, I think that's really why they're going to give him the opportunity to see what he can do at number 2 jersey, and see if he can fill that in. But of course, you can't just throw him into the deep end, considering he's been playing for like flanker for many years. So yeah, I think Deon Fourie is a good choice. Still wanted to see him on that flank position though, but I mean, it is what it is. Steven Kitsoff and Trevor Nyakane is your prop replacements. They need no introduction. 2 of the best props in the world. Trevor can really go both ways in terms of the scrummaging. So yeah, he can slot in any which way if one of the other guys need to go off. So RG Snyman being your lock replacement. Of course, we know what we got in RG Snyman. He plays so well off at the bench. He's really a fantastic look. I mean, if I had to imagine those offloads that he did in the last game, like he just sucks in those defenders and just like hands off the ball. Really, he's got such vision when he plays. He to me plays like I don't know if it's like a flower for a center, but he's got vision, and I enjoy him as well. And then of course Jasper Wiese being your replacement, your number 8 replacement for Duane Vermeulen. Can I just say I had some words about Jasper Wiese in the past where I said like he's really just not on form at the moment, Duane Vermeulen being the on form person, but really Jasper Wiese last weekend had a massive game. Man, that guy carried that ball rock hard. He was running through players. It's just glad to see him back on form. Man, I'm so happy. I mean, this guy is the guys that's going to take us forward in Springbok rugby on that number 8 jersey. So I'm so happy to see him getting his form back. So good to see. Of course, this weekend it will be a 5-3 split with what they've done. And then here's the kicker, right? Jaden Hendrikse, Faf de Klerk, 2 of the back replacements. So I'm unsure as to who they would be doing the actual fly half replacement there, because Jaden Hendrikse, of course, used to play fly half as well, and then Faf de Klerk, of course, can kick as well. So and he might have actually played as well. I can't recall off the top of my head now, but I'm pretty sure he actually played for one or another team in that fly half position. So who's the fly half? I don't know. Who's the scrum off? I don't know. It can probably go either which way. And then, of course, Jesse Krill being your replacement on probably either a wing, a fullback, or centre. I mean, Jesse Krill has played it all, so also one of those versatile players. So, guys, that is your team selection. It's a bit of an interesting team selection. So, I don't know who's going for what with those scrum offs, but man, it looks like that team is selected for pace. I think they're going to be doing quite a lot of running, and probably anything from 9 to 15 can probably do a hat-trick against Romania. No disrespect to Romania, but I mean, it's just what it is. I think any one of those guys can do a hat-trick, and then of course I'm pretty sure we're good for 2 driving maul tries as well, with Bongi Bonambi steering that little bit of a train there. So I don't know, guys, tell me what you guys think. What's your thoughts? What do you think about this team selection? I know it's a bit interesting. There's a bit of a wholesale changes going on there. A lot of guys that's not selected, but still some very experienced guys in that pack as well. So guys like your Dwayne Vermeulen and whatnot. So and Bonambi. So yeah, I'm excited. This rugby weekend is going to be exciting for me. I know a lot of people have been saying that it's a lesser exciting weekend in terms of competitiveness, but you know what? Anytime the Springboks are running out on the field, I'm excited as hell. So I'm very happy. The guys seem to be really gelling together. I was a couple of months ago complaining about that, so I'm glad to see it's getting back there. And yeah, tell me your guys' thoughts. Please like and subscribe. Please hit on that notification bell. Do your comments. Do your thing. You know what you need to do. Yeah, and I'll see you guys in the post-match review of this game on my next video on Sunday after the game. So I hope to see you guys in those comments as well. And then be on the lookout. Myself and Fairweather Rugby Fan will be doing another podcast on Saturday. So we will be posting that, of course, on both our channels as well. So please check that out. And if you haven't checked out his channel yet, please go do so as well. Quite a big South African fan, quite a big Springbok fan, all the way over there in Texas, in the USA. So yeah, anyways, guys, thank you so much for your consideration in my video, and have a fantastic day, and sleep well and good night.